Alright, good day. This is African Crypto Warlord. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to do our weekly analysis of Bitcoin, and what we're going to monitor is where it is in the distribution cone. This is a previous distribution cone mean, so the idea is it wants to go visit that one whilst it's in this distribution cone. Okay, obviously it doesn't happen in this due time, and what that means is that with this current print, when the next 15-minute comes out, what you'll be looking for is when the next 15-minute flashes come along, if the third one is lower, then you'll be looking for a trend to the downside, right? But what we're looking to see here is BTC going to start getting stronger to, let's say, XRP, because that's what I'm trading at the current moment, and you can flick XRP BTC pairs around. So you obviously want to be on the right side of the trade. Given we went from level 3 back to mean, you can see that there is some quite excitement for BTC to turn around, and where we're going to generally base our targets off of is any candle closes above this, you'll look for continuation up and into your mean, which will be 1987, and then halfway through that, if it breaks and holds above there, there's stopping power at $20,308. Alright, so generally what we want to do is we want to go see, now where's our daily mean? Our daily bread is here at the yellow line, and as you can see during previous open, so when we change days, it's like a magnet once they come back to it. So if you know that the daily mean is going to print above, which it usually, if price action is down quite significantly, and you know that the daily mean is going to print above, you know to target more so to the upside when you wake up and start trading, or vice versa. If it's broken through the mean and it looks like it wants to come back to the daily mean, that's where you're going to be. So for longer term continuation, what you'll be generally looking out here for is closes outside of these regions. Okay, if you close and you bounce here, you can set a bull div, which is the same as XRP. Sort of similar thing that's coming in here, but it's being set by the daily mean. Our reverse wave trend, here is our reverse wave trend, which is currently holding the candles at this time. Alright, and then we'll have a UMP that's crossing a mean, so that was our initial pullback into this region. So you can wick in here where we've hit our orange line, you start to break through your orange line, you're more than likely going to want to break through. PB going 2 to the downside, 18648 is the region to stop that, to set in a natural bull div if it wicks in here. Alright, obviously if it breaks $20 or $30 lower, then you'll have to look for a hidden bull div. Okay, so that's just blinding you for a moment there. What we're going to go do is we're going to go look at BLX 21-day positive drift. Okay, that's fine. Give me 21 days though, my guy. 21 days, that's what we're here for. Cool, no flashes yet to put up any distribution cones on the 21 day. Let's just have a look at general overall price action. That's fine. Let's just pop on VREs. I'll switch these two guys around. So reverse wave trend, not going to pull through today. Not up here. That's fine. I want to go sort of base off Shannon Entropy. Shannon Entropy is pretty much everything. We see sideways. Next best phase is negative drift, contraction and volatility, whilst Pearson correlation mean reverts to the downside. Then the dump starts to come in. Then we'll go look for, I'll go put up 6-hour cone. If you bear the time to put up the 6-hour cone, we'll be distributing in there. So 14 day is next. Alright, 14 day, what we have here is still negative negative float or negative drift. It's continuation to the downside, looking for a trend. 7 day, so now this is making me interested in looking at XRP BTC. So 7 day also is now contracting in negative drift. 5 day is contracting in negative drift, which is all down, by the way. This is sideways on the 3 day. This is negative drift. Okay, now we go back to BTC USDT on Binganinks. So there's a lot of negative drift in the book. We've got to see what levels this thing has to hold. So 2 day, we have a little bit of expansion. BLX says down on the 2 day. This looks like it wants to go sideways. So between BLX and Bitstamp, it says sideways. Now you're looking for continuation in the dump, but it's played out, sloppy chips, so the down candles will be smaller, so you can maybe expect like a wedge to form here. We're having an outlier event. Next print will be mean reversion though, at least for AME on the 24-hour. Bull div has set in. This is sideways though. 12 hours sideways. We need to start looking to, I would say, defend above this daily mean. Let me bring it up. Defend above the daily mean. You keep the 6 hour from mean reverting to the downside, given it's got the positive drift buying it up. So I want to lift it back up into the daily mean. 12 hour, same thing. Sideways though. So 6 hours supporting the 12 hour. Okay. Look, so we'll put up 6 hour cones. Contraction phase, positive drift. Wait, contraction, negatively correlated. Positive drift. Not too strong at the current moment. Looking for negative drift, which will confirm a close. If you start closing 45-minute candle below daily mean, you go to the downside. We're looking for 45-minute to continue to the downside. We are having a little bit of an outlier event, but Shannon Entropy, blue flashes aren't off. Outlier event has sort of ended. Let's go look at the 30-minute. 30-minute got denied mean reversion, contraction negatively correlated. So that's sort of what's just keeping it here. So there's a lot of downside for BTC at the current moment. This just needs to flick red. That one goes red and your dump continues. So you'll look for closes below like a JMA. Now that we're here, you start closing below this reverse wave trend. You'll see it come into this reverse wave trend. Let's just have a looky see. Was this bull div strong enough? If that goes red, then it will want to close below this orange line. But currently sideways, and as you can see, sideways between these two. But if it passes that, see, continue. Oh. Volatility is flat. Oh, it's not. There we go. Let's just pop back on 15-minute outlier event. There you go. Boom. And do we trigger red? Not yet. So still sideways. This is what you'll generally look for continuation. You'll know the limits. So we've hit this thing. Seems like sideways wants to be sitting here. If it can close in here, one candle, next candle, opens and closes in here, you'll be defending this mean reversion from the bears. You close outside of this red line, and then open another one outside of the red line. You look for continuation through. Okay. Still going to be bought up for a little bit, because that hasn't flipped. Alright, contraction, positively correlated is what's pushing it through here. Now let's go throw up 6 hour cones so that we can see what is contraction, negatively correlated. That's sort of what's barely keeping up the market here. Okay, so I am wanting to do this. Bang on the cones. Turn that off. Turn that off. And we literally is this easy one? Nope. No regions, no cones. Is this a cone? Yes. So this will be a cone that we can set up here. Boom. Vertical line. We place it. Switch that one off. Oh, make it big. Sorry. So it's a further outline. That's the 15-minute cone. This is the 6 hour cone that we're setting up now. Bam. I'm just going to do 200. And from there I'll guess the numbers. Quick. 165. I think I always rush the back numbers. That's fine. That's cool. Cool. There we go. Okay, so distribution cone for Bitcoin. We'll switch. We'll leave that mean on. That was the previous one. Alright, so distribution cone on the 6 hour says you start closing below this level, which matched up with our 15-minute cone. You start closing below this level, you're going to look for 1751, or it can be dragged down to 1751. You start closing above that level, you'll more than likely be trying to break out of a reverse wave trend here. There you go, ultimate power mean, wanting to break through reverse wave trend. VRE levels, that's your daily mean. So there's a lot of bread in this region at the current moment, and for continuation, you ideally want to close above daily mean and or reverse wave trend. If you can close above reverse wave trend, the next 6 hour print will go for wherever that daily mean is printed. And if this has gone up, push that off. That's up, that's daily, it's down. The daily mean will be also in this region. Alright, so it want to close above that daily mean if this is where price action closes, but it won't. So 6-hour candles, that's your range. You break above, you close above here, you're going for 20 grand 800. You close below here, you're going for 17 grand 559. Your mean reversion play on the 6-hour is at 24 grand 671, and it will get scalped at 27,150 initially. Alright, but that's the general idea where I'd be looking at from a region down here, as we haven't been reverted and volatility is expanding. Alright, so there might be a little bit of positive drift that can pick this back up. Given that volatility, this first one's wanting to contract, the second one's contracting, so these guys should start to contract, and you'll look for positive drift or negative drift under contraction. I hope that was helpful, and I wish you guys a blessed day further. And hopefully you saw the background go dark and my face stay light. I listened to a doctor about doing some lighting, and it's quite a jerry-rigged system that I have here, but hopefully it looks cool. I hope you guys have a good day further.